What are these individuals known for? Before we get into that, I wanted to share some brief background about the two. So, Lillian was born on May 24th, 1878, in Oakland, California. Frank was born on July 7th, 1868, in Fairfield, Maine. The two are known to be one of the greatest husband and wife teams of science and engineering. Before Frank met Lillian, he had much enthusiasm and interest on how to apply work habits to industrial workers to not only increase their efficiency, but enhance their output. With his contagious passion for this topic, it did rub onto Lillian, which therefore led the two to begin their studies of scientific management principles. So they were also known as the pioneers in improvement and our modern standard of living. Later on, the two did publish two more books, Fatigue Study and Applied Emotion. And then later on, Frank formed a consulting business in Montclair, New Jersey. However, after Frank's death in 1924, Lillian did continue her work alone. In 1926, she became the first woman member of the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. She went on to Purdue in 1935 as a professor of management and the first female professor of engineering school.
Hello, my name is Christina Molitor, and I'm going to be answering the question, how did their scholarship and or career accomplishments impact the field of management? Lillian Gilbreth, quote, earned a PhD in applied psychology in 1915, which made her the first of the pioneers of industrial management to have a doctorate. The topic of her dissertation was efficient teaching methods, entitled Some Aspects of Eliminating Waste in Teaching, end quote. Her interest in psychology led her to apply time and applied motion studies in industrial management. Soon after, Lily and Frank Gilbreth met and got married. They met Frederick Taylor, whose scientific management was gaining traction. Lillian utilized her psychology skills, and Frank studied construction workers' motions, detailing their movements and reducing the number of bricklayers needed from 18 bricks to as few as 4.5 bricks. This led to increased productivity among workers as well as less fatigue.
Hello, my name is Karina Noyola, and I will be talking about the impact that Frank and Lillian Gilbreth left in the world today in the workforce. They found that the reduced in motion in a job creates the least amount of time spent doing a task, which increases profits, productivity, and overall employee satisfaction. This results in the idea that many workplaces still implement today. Companies like FedEx, Amazon, and Target all implement ways in which they can reduce the amount of motion in their work settings to improve productivity. It is one of the many ways that not only factories implement their time, but as well as corporate levels. The amount of office spaces that are used to reduce the amount of movement from the employees also show an increase in productivity. The way that Zoom meetings are taken virtually instead of in person also increase the amount of productivity. The ways that Frank and Lily implemented this idea was through the idea of scientific research versus psychological research. The movement of the body implements a direct result of what their employees found.
Hi, I'm Chloe Kim, and I will be answering the question, can we see any of Frank and Lillian Gilbreth's contributions impacting our own organizations today? Yes, collectively, we are able to see many of their contributions impacting our own organizations today. Although our group mates are in different fields, regardless of the nature, we are all employed at different types of businesses. Whether it's a technology startup, nonprofit, or operations communications for a summer education travel company, we are all able to recognize many of the previously addressed contributions made by the Gilbreths. The ways we see these contributions in our organizations are through the leaders who are familiar with their work, in existing processes at our jobs, as well as modern human resources, where not only are the infrastructures broken down for maximum efficiency, but also making sure to provide and create an environment where employees are respected. They found that fostering this type of environment in the workplace also increased productivity because the employees were happy to be there. Between ensuring the processes are as simple and efficient as possible and having grateful employees, you have the ultimate recipe for success in the workplace. Thank you.